I want to show you all the pickups and the holdbacks that I've been gathering to jumpstart my clown recessive project. What's going on, everybody? It is your good buddy Adam here at Proper Royals. Thank you for joining me today. If we have not met before, this whole channel is about my family's journey from ball python hobby to ball python business, and we document everything that we get into right here. This video right here is actually part 2 in a 2-video series about the recent pickups and holdbacks that I've added to my collection. And what happened was that the filming got so long and the editing got so long, I cut it into 2 videos. So today picks up where I'm focusing just on the pickups that are going to advance my clown project and really level up that clown project this year, heading into the 2022 breeding season. So let's pick up the action right where I left off from the first video. If you haven't seen the first video, I'll put the link up right here. And otherwise, let's get back to the show. So the rest of these snakes I'm going to show you today focus on my clown project. And I didn't really set out 2 months ago to start scooping up all the clowns that I could. Although I will tell you, I keep a list of, like, I get chills talking about it. I keep a list of target plans and what I want to accomplish. And sometimes there are short-term goals, like film this video today. I'm going to check that off the list. But one of them was to find either a female clown or female het clown that made sense to pick up, because I have a male visual, and while I'm producing 100% het babies, I don't want to wait 2 or 3 years. I'm not known for my patience, and it's something I'm working on. These snakes are teaching me this. Thank you very much. However, if I can get to it, I want to get to it. So I'm really excited to show you a couple things that I came up with just recently, and a really special thank you shout out to Uriah and Heather, as well as Uriah the second over at UHP Reptiles. Uriah has leveled up his clown project, and I was able to make the most of an opportunity that he presented to me. I'm going to start with a couple of the holdbacks that I hatched, and then I'll show you the actual pickups. So this is the first of the clown project section holdbacks, and I hatched this girl last month, and for sure it's a banana pastel, but clearly there's something else going on other than that. I mean, look how vibrant and dark it is. You could see from her head that she is pastel, but other than that, there's some other things going on, and I'm excited to find out just what. I've done a lot of videos on what I think is going on in here and that, so you can check those out. That's not really what today's about. But this girl will be, she's a female, she's 100% het clown, plus whatever else I could prove out along the way. I'll find out as I work with some of the others, both the sire and the dame, as well as one of her siblings as well, that I'm going to show you in just a second. I just love this little girl snake, and I can't wait to find out everything that she has to share. And this is her brother. So clearly different things going on, and I'll tell you, at the time when I paired these, it was a visual clown to a banana het ghost. Well, there is more going on than just plain. That's not a single gene banana, and it's the visual clown was a pastel clown. So I don't see any pastel in this animal. Come on, dude, are you gonna get mad at me? I don't see any pastel in this animal. I do see the het clown influence with all the whites on the sides, but also the oranges in this guy are just incredibly striking. The best I've been able to figure out is that there's probably something like blade going on in the clown, and maybe a vanilla or a fire going on in the banana mom. But this is a male, and I am going to put him to work on the next go around, not this year's breeding season of course, but next, with a het Krypton female pastel that I have. And I would love to see the Kryptons that come from that pairing and as some of my female het clowns that I'm about to show you, he might meet some of them as well. Hey, when you get a chance, make sure you check out the links below in the description. Links to all of our socials are there. We are Proper Royals everywhere. Also, our Morph Market store is there, as well as our Proper Royals collection of NFTs. You can check that out if crypto is your game. I actually picked this up back at the Daytona show in August from Uriah at UHP Reptiles, and he and I had talked, and to be honest, I don't recall how we met. Anyhow, we got in touch somehow, must have been through YouTube, and now I feel really bad. At any rate, we got talking, and he had this female pinstripe het clown that he had hatched. She's a yearling, so she's got another year to go, and she actually is a little bit of a finicky eater, which he told me about up front. He did it the right way, but I've gotten her back eating, and we're gonna try and push her along so that next year she'll be ready. But she is pinstripe het clown. So there was my female, checking that off my box that I didn't, that was 1 year less that I had to wait. So I was really excited to get her, as well as that male holdback that I have that I can put to use, and I have a visual pastel clown. So I could start producing visual clowns this year now that I have a female, or when she matured, now that I have a female het clown. So that was the first pickup from Uriah. So then fast forward to a few weeks back, where out of the blue, and I kept in touch with Uriah, and we bounce ideas off each other and that kind of thing. He out of the blue shoots me a note and says, hey, two things. One, I've kind of leveled up my clown projects. I have visuals, and I'm ready to let go of some of my breeder female hets. Hello, you have my attention. And he's focusing on colubrids, so it's less of a priority on him for ball pythons, and he's doing that because it's more interesting for he and his son, and it's a family hobby, and those are the beautiful parts of the hobby. There's no rules. If you need to change, change. Nonetheless, I took a trip down with my son, Charlie. Speaking of family hobbies, we went down to Central Florida, and we went to go look at these female breeders. And while we were there, we ended up working out another deal for this guy who is a male Enchi het clown. That really wasn't in the plans, but when opportunity presents itself, you know, you make the most of it. And I have to, without sharing the details, I have to tell you, Uriah was very, very gracious when it came to this male. So that sweetened the deal and helped out a little bit too. This is a male het clown, and the last of these three last snakes that I'm going to show you are all siblings, which is pretty cool. I'll show you why I picked up the male and why it's important as well. So these are all siblings, and these are all Enchi het clown. We could produce clowns, Enchi clowns, and super Enchi clowns. And the super Enchi has quite a striking difference from the Enchi, and that really was why I went ahead and I did pick up that male Enchi, so I can be working on that. I really didn't need a male het clown, but it provided a jump start to chasing down the super Enchi clown. So let me show you this guy real quick. And I have to say, if you take a look at, or if you recall the Enchi yellow belly that I showed you, this line of Enchi that Uriah has been working with has a heck of a lot of orange to it. Look at that orange. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd almost ask myself if there was Orange Dream in there, which Enchi and Orange Dream can do similar things, but clearly with that banding, look how striking that banding is too. These are great examples of Enchis, and something that Uriah brought up is the great thing about breeding is you get to keep and hold back your best examples. So when you get a chance to buy somebody else's breeding stock because they're leveling up and moving on to other projects, take advantage of that. Those are animals that were prized to them, and you could see why. Look at just the fantastic banding, and that's the male. And these last two are females, and they are just waiting to get up to size. They have bred only once though, only once, so I don't need to give them a break. If they're ready to go, I'll give them a shot. They're not quite there. They'll need another month or two of eating, and by, you know, around the holidays, I'll probably start pushing them a little bit. But again, really clear, striking example, nice striped example of Enchi, and a little less orange on this one, although I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, or focus for that matter. But there is some nice, there you go, you can see the nice orange on the belly there. So I have not one, but two of these females. So with two females with the Het Clown Enchi combo, I will probably pair one straight to my visual clown and really try and up the odds on getting visual Enchi clowns. But the other one I might pair with either my holdback Het Clown or with the excuse me, or with the Enchi male Het Clown that I also picked up from Uriah. So let's check out that last girl real fast. And this is the second female Enchi Het Clown and the final snake I'm going to show you today. And let me show you a couple things on this. This girl has a higher level of the golds and the peach orange colors. And I think she is just a totally primo example. Look how nice her banding is, how vibrant her banding is. And check this out. Her eye stripe does not connect, whereas her sister's does. And I know we're always looking for clues of what might be new and different and all of that kind of thing. I don't think there's, you know, I already know the breeding history on her, so I don't think there's anything crazy that's going to come out. But it was just kind of neat to see. That's one of those clown or Het Clown characteristics, and that you also definitely see with the Het Kryptons, which now are Het Cryptics, which we now know are very closely related genetically with the clowns. I'm excited for what this girl has to bring. I think she's a particularly primo example, and I just can't wait to work with these girls in the future. So enough with the video. It's time for me to get down to business and get pairing these girls and taking care of all of these pickups. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to keep it right here on the Proper Royals channel to find out everything we have going on and to see everything that we get to do with these beautiful animals. Until next time, see ya!